This is the final loft on our current tour of the Mott Combine. This is the Guisborough loft of Jim and Mark Walton, twice winners at first at Mott Combine, plus numerous other positions. I'd like to introduce you to Mark Walton. Mark, how long have you been in the sport?
Started when I was 10 years old, 25 years. I used to race at the back of my dad's house, but as you can see we got a bit shorter space, so we moved down here. I've had these family pigeons now for about 10, 11 years. Planet Brothers, Jansen's Cross Van Loons, and I've one son off the Valentine Muller's Strandlatter Cup. Some of the best positions we've had is top Newt North Combine twice, and we were also second last year. We were first and second in 1 year, both on headwinds. One was 1200 yards a minute, the other one was 1000 yards a minute. This blowcock you're looking at now is a grandson of the Strandlatter Cock when he was paired to a Planet Brother Jansen. This one topped the combine for us in 1988 against 23,653 birds on a 1200 yards a minute day.
Where was that from, Mark?
It was from Folkestone, the Folkestone National.
Yeah, how far is that?
254 miles to this loft.
Yeah. Good looking pigeon, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's a bit bigger than the rest. He's a bit out of shape. He's a long cast pigeon, yeah. But he won as a youngster, and we had to stop him because he got the pox. He had a first and a third as a youngster, and then he come and topped the combine as a yearling. We flew him after he topped it, and then he come back smashed up. He flew 3 seconds to our own pigeons, and he come back badly bumped, so we retired him.
Yeah. What system was he on when he won?
He was on the Widowhood.
I'd like to introduce you to the senior member of the partnership, Jim Walton. How many years have you been in the sport, Jim?
Roughly we started in 1970, and we only started with about 4 strays. Local lad called Derek Carty gave it Mark 4 when he was still going to school, and we were supposed to just have them as pets. Yeah. Anyway, there were 2 strags and they bred 4 youngsters, and a bloke come round, he says, shall I take them to York for you? I said, I get rid of bloody things, we don't want them. Yeah. And we had Sunday dinner, and he came back and he said, are they there? I said, I hope not. Anyway, when we went up the garden, they were all home. First place they'd been, 50 miles straight and tops. Yeah. And that set the ball rolling. So we had to buy a clock for Mark and join the local club. And in that year, Mark won all the trophies in the under-18 section. And I think we were either 4th or 5th highest prize winner, about 40 members.
And how many pigeons were you racing that year?
4 youngsters.
Right.
We only competed in the young bird races, but the following year we bought 1 or 2 more to build it up, and we had racing about 6 or 8 old birds, and this went on for a few years, and we were holding our own. And when you're trying to pick a pool pigeon out, it would come one week, and then the following week it would let you down. So I said, oh, to hell with this. Let's get some decent pigeons. And at the time, Planet Brothers were having a sale at Barnsley, and I had just had 6 bypasses done. So I was 6 months doing nothing but little govy jobs. Right. And they'd mounted up, money had mounted up, and we had about 600 quid. And I said to Mark, keep Sunday clear, because we're going to a pigeon sale at Barnsley. Well, Ferguson went for a hell of a lot, and I said, oh, we're wasting our time here, Mark. He said, oh, there's 90 lots, just hang on. Anyway, we ended up getting 4 for the 600 quid. And it's the best thing we've ever done in our lives. They've turned out winner after winner, fed winners. If they're not full-blooded relation to combine winners, the breeding's in there somewhere. Right. Fabulous.
This checker cock we've got here is a pigeon we call Lamtara. He's 4-year-olds now. He's a Jansen Cross Van Loon of Planet Brothers with a touch of the Valentine Mother in him. As a 2-year-old he came and topped the Federation 55th up North Combine out of 19,000 birds from Lillers. And the following year he was set up for the channel races again on the second channel race from the Bavars he came and topped the combine on another hard day, 1,000 yards a minute. He's since been put to stock and he's breeding fed winners.
How many pigeons was in the combine that day, Mark?
From the Vers there was 12,299 pigeons away, and he was 6th open in the Queen's Cup when the wind didn't really suit the pigeons round here, and there was 17,000 birds away altogether. Right, this loft we're looking at now is our main racing loft. We fly the old birds into these 2 sections, all Widowhood cocks. We have the section on the right is 12 foot long by 5 feet deep, and the next section is about 9 foot long and obviously the same depth. At the end our Widowhood hens are kept, and there's a big aviary right at the back where they're locked out most of the day. In the end section with the little aviary we just gave a few stock pigeons. There's roughly 20 cocks a year race into these 2 sections.
Open door trapping?
Open door trapping, yeah, all the time.
This is a scene inside one of your Widowhood sections then, Mark. How many Widowhood cocks do you race?
On average about 20 a year.
Yeah, I see they're paired up now because it's the end of the season.
Yeah, they're all finished now. Yeah.
When do you pair your Widowhood cocks up?
These are paired round about the end of January, the 27th, 28th of January. They're allowed to go down on 1 clutch of eggs. We're not really bothered if they bring 1 or 2 youngsters up. It doesn't really matter. The hen is left with the cock feeding the youngster up until the youngster's about 14 days old. And just as the cock's looking at the hen again to go down on his 2nd round of eggs, we take the hen away. And the cock doesn't see that hen until the first race that he goes to. The cock will bring the 2 youngsters up and finish rearing, and then he's just left. The loft we're looking at now is our main young bird loft. We've got in the middle section our normal raced youngsters, and on the left hand side we're having a go at the dark down just for this year and see how it goes. We've got about 15 in that left hand side and 35 in the middle, and to the right with the big aviary is a few more stock pigeons and old racing cocks. We'll let the youngsters pair up whatever they want to do and just race them back to whatever. We'll try and get the best out of them if we can.
We're in Jim's young bird loft now. How many young birds do you usually breed, Jim?
About 30, 35 at season. And when you think that we're going to take half of those out, hopefully there's half that are cocks. It doesn't leave as many to race the full programme. What within the mould and picking your best cock birds out, I think we end up with about 15 or 20 for the last national race, which isn't many, like according to what how the other lads are racing.
Yeah. What distance do you usually stop your young cocks for?
Round about Peterborough, 140 miles.
Right.
Those that are showing promise, they'll be stopped.
And how many years have you been doing this for?
About 15 years.
So it's a system that is successful?
Yes, it's been proved that it works, so we like to stick to it.
Right.
This is the partnership's fantastic stock aviary. I must say their stock birds do really look fantastic. How many stock pigeons do you keep, Mark?
Round about 15 pairs.
Yeah, when do you pair those up?
The stock pigeons are paired up on Boxing Day. Irrelevant of what the weather is, they have to be paired up on Boxing Day.
Yeah. What's the main families you keep?
The main strain is the Planet Brother pigeons, mainly Janssens, and we have a few Vanrums that we cross in. We get a bit of distance that way. They come better over the channel races.
Yeah. When you're purchasing stock birds, what do you look for?
Basically, we're looking for class, which is they've got to have everything. The right build, the right bone structure, a must is silky feathering, and I don't really go by the eye, but I like to see a nice rich eye. I don't like to see the colour washed out or what I would call a flat eye. Yeah,
I must say, what I've seen here today, I've been very impressed with. They're a wonderful type pigeon, aren't they, yours? And I think they're a real credit to you.
Right, thank you very much, Kate. It's been a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to see you, and I say thanks very much for allowing me to come out.